Hello, I am Dean. It is May 28th, 2026, Thursday. I'll just make a quick video about the recap on what the market did today on gold, YM, NQ, SP 500, Euro AUD. I don't really trade currencies like that anymore, but Euro AUD I will keep around for the breakout retest pattern. The indices is primarily what I focus on. Gold here and there if a pattern presents itself. So we will start with gold, or GC1 for the futures traders out there. We have a 3-session setup today. London or Asian was our peak high, so peak high. London was our peak low. So what I mean, it's what is our highest point of the day? At the time, it was Asian session. It was all Asian session. Our lowest point of the day was during London. That's our peak low. So if we have a peak high, a peak low formation, we have to complete the cycle, which means peak high, peak low, we have to come back up, which is an upside down triangle. Now, if it was sells, it would be let me do it on Tuesday, just so I can. It would be, if it sells, it would be, we have a peak low. This is just an in-session trade. I'm just showing the peak high, peak low stuff. We've first had a peak low, then we had our peak high. So this is an in-session setup, which means we have to complete the triangle. So that means we have to, we were low, we came up, we have to come back low to complete the triangle. This is just a pattern that the market does every now and then. And I'm trading patterns. I'm not, oh, okay, we did this, whatever. Okay, let me see it. No, I'm not guessing. Look for the pattern, that's it. So, Thursday, we had a peak high in Asian session. We had a peak low in London session. The market only does 3 things, and there's only 2 setups, which is a buy low and a sell high. So in this case, peak high, peak low, that means we're buying low to complete the upside down triangle. So in this case, we had an engulfing candlestick at 8:30. 8:30 was GDP news, so we do not get in before news. We get in after news is announced. So in this case, we had an engulfing candlestick. We engulfed the previous, the 8:15 candlestick. We're on the 15-minute time frame. We had our whole level, 4,400 was our whole level. That's 2 confluences. We had our third, which is the previous day's low. Wednesday's low was also follow the dotted line all the way to the candlestick, to our engulfing candlestick. So that's 3. We're engulfing, whole level, previous day low. Entry as soon as 8:45 starts, or it could be once news is announced 8:30. Cool, you hop in at 8:35, 8:32, whatever the case, as long as it's on the level. You had 2 levels. You had 1 and you had 2. Our whole level, previous day low. Cool. Stop loss is behind the candlestick. So in this case, it would be like this. Our engulfing candlestick is here. Come on, at the low. TP is the previous day close line. This is the last point price was at before the day closed, or before the market closed, rather. Cool. Boom. That's your trade. That's it. you would rinse and repeat. You would do the same cycle every time you see this pattern. You would you would do that. Now, of course, this is not financial advice. This is just what I do. Okay. Now, I did not take the gold trade because I hopped in the NASDAQ. Plus, if I hopped in 2 trades at once based on my stop losses since they're tight for the indices, I did not want to get margin called. So, let me go to U30 first, just to show. U30, to me, there was no setup. Now, of course, the other pattern, let me see, 1, 2. There are 3 patterns that I look for. The 3-session setup, that was one that I showed on gold. I'm going to 30-minute. Let me show. Okay, so Monday sets the high for the week. Every week, Monday and Tuesday set the range for the week. So for this week, Monday set the high, Tuesday set the low. So therefore, we have a box on Monday's high to Tuesday's low. I'm looking to see if the banks push to the low of week for a buy low, sell high setup, or are they going to push to the high of the week? So in this case, it would be Monday's high for a sell high setup to the low of the week. That's what I'm looking for. In this case, Wednesday, we had an inside day, meaning we did not break the previous day's high or low. We stayed inside, which is a signal day. Now, 9:30, which is the open, the New York session open for the indices. On the 1 minute, we came down, pin bar on Tuesday's low of the week for the buy up. It's also a V bottom. Alright, some would say it's a W. Messed up W. As soon as price breaks above, now some are extremely aggressive and would get in as soon as they see that pin bar at ends. Cool, I'm in. Boom. Slow the week. Buying it up. It is also aggressive trading, being on the 1 minute itself. But another place for entry. As soon as we break this high at the time, because we have our lower low, we come up, make a high, lower high, break above, cool, boom. Now your entry or your TP is further up. Let me see. To our previous day close line. And then, of course, since this is a low of week to high of week, second TP now can be the Friday range that we have. Friday range is always important too, but I'll explain that in a different video because this is going to take my long to explain that. Third TP, high of week for a low of week to high of week trade. The market does not do this every single week. It might be 2 weeks might go by. Boom. Okay, cool. It happens on that third. It could happen back to back. A month could go by. Whatever the case. When the pattern presents itself, that's what I'm getting in. Okay. So for me, I like to stay on the 15 for my entries. Sometimes I'll go to the 5 for my entries. So in this case, there was no trade for me for the YM. NASDAQ. And Q, 3-session setup, peak high. Asian session, peak high. Peak low, London. Complete the triangle. Upside down triangle. So, also, if you want to read price action, that is trading 101. Okay, so news came out, GDP 830, pin hammer. On Monday's closing price, Monday ended. Closing price. Levels, bank levels. So that's my first indication, or second indication. We have the pin hammer, and we're on Monday's closing price. So now that's okay, cool, it's entry. Now we had news at 8:30, so I like to wait after the news comes out. I really wanted to get in before the news happened because I knew this was going. But I waited, cool. I ended up hopping in as we pushed up. Stop loss ended up being right below the pin hammer for a 500 or a 50 pip or 50 ticks stop loss. I had it preset, so my stop loss ended up moving up to here since entry was up here instead of expanding my stop loss because initially it was here. But it is what it is. Price barely missed TP at previous day closing price. Again, upside down triangle. High, low, back high. Previous day closing price is that last bar to fill in or to complete the upside down triangle. Barely missed TP. Came back, stopped. Oh, I erased my thing. Stopped me out. It was 500. Stopped me out. Barely. I had a second entry I wanted right here because I'm like, I know this thing's going, but I just didn't. And it shot to first TP. Second TP was up top at the quarter level, 30,250. That was second TP. It is what it is. It's cool. I'll wait till tomorrow or next week. Now, 10 a.m. We one shot to TP for first TP. Now, everyone that trades like this knew this was going up here. At the same time, as soon as this pin hammer happened on a Monday closing price, everyone knew this was pushing up. It's on the bank level. Now, Iran and the U.S. made a deal with this war that's going on. Made a deal at 10 o'clock. And price on the 1 minute gapped up. It was in current time. It was like right here. And it gapped up all the way up here. It just jumped. Now, I know that was not a coincidence. Because there's plenty of times I've been looking at this market. And I'll have price going to a certain area. If it's my pattern. And some news will come out and boom, it'll just be a catalyst to shoot to the TP. This whole market is preset. This is... Man, oh my goodness. Once you're able to get it, it's so easy. Oh my goodness. The hard part is the emotion. Knowing that you're correct, so now you want to get in early instead of waiting for the right time to get in, which is exactly what happened today for me. That's the hard part with trading. It's not trying to figure out if you know where price is going. No, it's being able to suppress the emotion. Not even suppress the emotion. Eliminate emotion from trading. That's the hard part. Having notes everywhere. Would I risk my entire account on this trade? If yes, take the trade. 1% risk, 2% risk. You're not trading the whole account, obviously. But do I have enough confidence in this pattern to risk the whole account? If yes, cool. I'm getting in my trade. With 1%, 2%, or 0.5%. Can I stay consistent? That's the other thing. It's reading consistent phrases, quotes daily to get it in my head and other people's head that the emotion has to be eliminated. Okay. So let's go to SP. SP is basically NASDAQ's little brother. It does the exact same thing. It just likes to trail behind a little bit. If I can find. Okay, anyways. Pinhammer, 815, uses 830 GDP. Previous weekly high level, another bank level. Monday's low. Go on the 30 minutes, you guys can see it. Monday's low. Back to 15 minute. Pinhammer. Entry. Now, I did not place both. I did not want to get margin called. So, I wanted to make sure I had enough margin in my trade. So, I just only did the NASDAQ trade. So, price pushed out once again. Price action 101. But anyways, peak high. And then the low point. Peak high, peak low. Complete the upside down triangle. Peak high, peak low with the come back up. Previous day closing price to complete the trade. Yesterday, I hopped in way too early. I was looking at the 30 minute. And I looked at the 9:30 candlestick and hopped in at 10. And for the 10 a.m. reversal, it's you wait for, now, well, some people go to the 1 or the 5 or the 3, whatever. Me personally, I stick on the 15 for the 10 a.m. reversal, which means 15 minute. The 10 a.m. candlestick has to end as a pin hammer, doji, engulfing on a level. We had a previous day close, with Tuesday's previous day close. There was no pin hammer, no engulfing for me to hop in this trade. But I was looking at NAS. I missed the entry on NAS. I hopped to SP, and I hopped in SP super early. So therefore, I missed the trade. Or not missed the trade. I got in a trade that I shouldn't have gotten into. It is what it is. Once again, the emotion. Euro AUD. I do not trade these currencies, by the way. I stopped until further notice. But anyways, Euro AUD. I only trade Euro AUD just because I'm looking for a. Well, Euro AUD is known for this type of trading: breakout, pullback, continuation. Euro AUD is known for that. So that's the only reason I keep Euro AUD, so I can catch a breakout, pullback, continuation trade. I only trade New York session, so therefore I did not catch this doji right on Wednesday's closing price for the buy up to our quarter level, 1.63250. Whole level is here 1.60 flat. Now I'll go to a 30 minute. Monday's high. So once again, let's do the box. Monday's high, Tuesday's low. That's the range for the week. Did we break out? Yes. Wednesday, boom, London session. We broke out. Did we have our pullback? Yes. On Friday's closing price. Once again, I will get to the whole Friday's closing price and the Friday range in a different video. On the 30 minute, we had a doji as well. But cool. 15 minute, we had our doji for the Asian traders, or Asian session traders. My fault. Stop loss behind the next level. So we had Friday's closing price. We had Wednesday's closing price. And we had our quarter level, 1.622750. We had 3 bank levels with the doji, all in alignment. TP at the next bank level. Cool. Which is Monday's high. TP, or a stop loss I'm at. TP at the quarter level for the buy up. We went into the whole level. Cool. Either or. Breakout, pullback, continuation. Man, this stuff. Oh my goodness. Anyways, that is the recap for Thursday. Friday, I will post a video I should. And to show if there was any setups, any pattern that I know, the 3 patterns that I look for: breakout, pullback, retest, or breakout, pullback, retest, yes. 10 a.m. reversals, and 3-session setups, as we saw on SP, NAS, Gold. 3-session setups. The U30 trade. This one was a 3-day setup, which is also a thing, which is the pump, coil, break Monday's low. On the 1 minute, there was a pullback for the sell-off. And we had 3 levels of rise. We had our quarter level, 50,750. Where's the other one? We had our 51,000. And we had our 50,500, our half level. So 1, 2, 3 levels of rise. That means exhaustion in the market, consolidation, break below, retest on the lower time frame for the 9:15 entry. Or if you want to stay on the 15-minute, cool. 9:30 pin bar, entry at the level, quarter level, 50,750. Stop loss at the nearest bank level, which is Monday's low. Breakout, pullback, lower time frame. Breakout, pullback, another pullback. So we had our pullback to the bank level, Monday low. Breakout again, pull back to the quarter level, 50,750. Stop loss at the nearest bank level. TP for some at Friday's closing price. As TP1, TP2, we have our half level, 50,500. And our third TP, Friday's low for the Friday range. Pump, coil, dump. Same thing for the reverse. Dump, coil, pump. For a 3-day setup, or it could be a 3-session setup, as we saw with NASDAQ, Gold, and SP today. Interesting wallet. We had our high. Dump, coil, dump, consolidation, pump. Broke above our high, entry, level. When the pattern presents itself, it's go time. Oh my goodness, bro. That's it. That's Thursday. I'll make a video Friday, possibly. We'll see. That's it.